and the Burlington Lady Cats as they get ready to tip off for sub-state action here on a Thursday night edition. We're glad you could join us here as we bring it to you tonight. The boys will be in action tomorrow, then championship Saturday. Girls game at 6 o'clock, the boys at 7:30, and we'll bring it all to you right here on the Dawg. Good crowd on hand, tripping over from Burlington tonight, and a big student section. They enjoy this game. They're all decked out in nighttime apparel, shower robes on. Maybe they're sitting far enough away where it's best we don't see what all is going on there, but we know they're having a fun time. They've got a leader down on the floor leading them in some pregame cheers, and they have their own section. They're going to cheer on the Lady Cats from right there. Officials take the floor as we get ready for the tip-off. Number 44, Callie Foltz, the freshman for Anderson County, will tip off against Ashlyn Depley as we get ready for this sub-state action. And with the tip, ball loose on the floor. Now we've got a tie-up, and a possession arrow will re-jump the ball as no one had established possession yet, a team possession. There's something you don't get to see. No, a real true jump ball. It is, in fact. Now it's Camry Wagner and Callie Foltz to jump the center circle for the Lady Cats and the Bulldogs. And the Lady Cats control. Gilman with the ball in the backcourt comes up quickly on the right-hand side, goes to the high post. They'll swing it left wing to Paige Sawyer. Top of the circle, they'll find Wagner on the right-hand wing. Now dribbles to the top again. Looking for the cutter underneath. Depley puts it on the floor, gives it up to Young. She'll come to the left wing. Gilman, ball high overhead, finds Sawyer. Open from 18, and it's up and in. Paige Sawyer connects with the first bucket of the night for the Lady Cats as we're underway here at Anderson County. Foltz with the ball back to Pedro at the top of the key. They feed it inside low. Little push-off body to get open, number 24, Lily Spring, and she gets her first bucket of the night, and we're tied 2-up. Gilman across the timeline for the Lady Cats, goes to the high post, finds Depley. Works on the right wing, now brings it to Sawyer. Clears it to Kirsten Young at the top of the circle. She'll look inside. Now high post again to Depley. Here comes the cutter, Gilman. Off the wing, there's Sawyer again from 3. That shot away, no good, and Young boards it. Turnaround shot up and in. Kirsten Young, good body control that time. Gets the board, has herself positioned for the putback, and the Lady Cats go up 4-2. Good pressure by the Lady Cats. Forced the turnover in the backcourt, and it'll be Lady Cat basketball. Ball thrown out of bounds in front of the scorer stand. Inbounding to Gilman. She'll bring it across. Depley looks to Sawyer on the right wing. Looking inside, can't get that pass, but returns it to Gilman. Forced pass. Depley comes out of there with it. Lays it down to Wagner. She'll step back and clear it out. But a bad pass over the head and out of bounds. A turnover right back to Anderson County. 6:16 on the clock with the Lady Cats leading 4-2 here in the early going of tonight's sub-state action from Anderson County. Inbound, they'll put the ball in the hands of Spring. Stops and clears it back out on the top side to her sister, Gabby Spring. Now on the ball loose on the floor. Reach in, but Spring comes away with it. Step back shot off the front of the rim, no good. Chasing down the rebound. Lily with the ball now. They'll clear it out to the top of the circle, and the Bulldogs will set the offense. Pedro on the left wing. But the ball tipped away. Chased down in the backcourt. It's out of bounds off of the Lady Cats. Good defense there to get the loose ball in play, but Gilman could not come up with it. Inbound by the... Oh, we have a stop clock, and we have a substitute coming in. Julia Gilman coming to the bench for the Lady Cats as Jarrah Thorpe checks back onto the floor. Now inbound in the backcourt, Pedro with the ball. She'll clear it on the right wing to Spring. Reverse dribble, goes to the top of the circle. Trying to get somebody covered, but stripped away there by Thorpe. Nice job, and here come the Cats. Young with the drive. Off the board, no good. Thorpe's there for the rebound. Loose ball on the floor. Ashlyn Debley goes down, crawls over the top of the Anderson County defender. Still had the ball, and a possession tie-up will send it to Anderson County. Not afraid to go after that ball anywhere on the floor. Ashlyn Debley is a scrapper for the Lady Cats. In the backcourt, Pedro with the inbound. 5:16 on the clock. Lady Cats leading 4-2 here in the early going. Oh, a pass off the leg of Spring. It's out of bounds, and another turnover gives it back to the Lady Cats. They've got to take advantage of each of these possessions in the early going and build a score. A little cushion here as Debley comes to meet the ball. Looks inside. There's Wagner in the paint. She'll go to the hoop. She's pushed before she can get the shot off. First foul of the night. That whistle down low is going to be on number 44, Callie Foltz. Foltz, the 5'7" freshman for Anderson County. Had a little trouble with foul trouble the last time these two teams met last Friday night to finish up the regular season schedule in Pioneer League play. Lady Cats play it inbound. Thorpe has it at the top of the circle.
Yeah, Anderson County's running a box at one.
From deep, Thorpe throws a three. It won't go. Ball loose on the floor. Wagner now with a tie-up. And on the possession arrow, that'll be Lady Cat basketball. That's right. The defense does.
They're running a box at one. 2-2, and then they have number 3 on Young.
Pedro is taking Kirsten Young one-on-one, but Kirsten, it wasn't Kirsten with the shot. It was Camry up for her first bucket, and the Lady Cats out to a 6-2 margin. Yeah, Kirsten lit it up last Friday night. 24 points against the same Anderson County Lady Bulldogs. And they want to stop that offensive explosion. Kirsten, experienced player, she knows if the shot's not for her, 4 other players are there to carry the load. Julia Gilman checks back into the lineup. And here comes Grace Kuhlman as Ashlyn Debley will return to the bench for the Lady Cats. Anderson County plays it in underneath their own bucket. Gets it out on the top side to Shekel. Now Pedro with the dribble. She'll come right side. Foltz goes to the lane. Shot away. Off the rim. No good. Ball bounced around. No rebound until Shekel comes out of there with it for the Bulldogs. She'll drive the lane. Hard off the rim. No good. Out of bounds as she tried to score the rebound. And it will be Lady Cat basketball to play it in on the end line. Checking in for Anderson County, number 32, Emma Porter, the 5'8" senior, one of 6 seniors on the Bulldog team this year. Wagner from the high post goes to Thorpe. Now they'll find Kirsten. Drives the lane, but she's bumped. A body foul there. The Lady Cats will play it in on the end line as Pedro picks up her first personal foul and the second team foul on Anderson County. Play it in under the bucket. Now they'll look in the corner to Wagner. She'll drive the baseline, cut off there, has to take it back out to Thorpe. She's tripped up, and a foul sends Thorpe to the floor, but not for long. She hops up and says, I'm ready to go again. Jenna Smith with the foul for Anderson County, her first. And the Lady Cats to play it in on the near side. They lead at 6-2 here with 3:45 remaining in the first quarter of play. Into that pass to Young. Turnaround shot won't fall. Fighting for the rebound. Kuhlman couldn't control. Anderson County comes out with it. Up court on the right wing. Fiber with the ball. Kicks it back out. Shot away, no good. Rebound, but a travel. Oh, everybody up here saw the travel, but the official said a whistle on the shot.
It was too close.
That's going to send Schmidt to the line where she'll shoot a pair. She had a running start at it, moving backwards, as Camry Wagner picks up the personal foul. First free throw on the way, rims off, no good. And Schmidt will stay at the line for Anderson County. 3:29 stopped on the clock here for the Lady Cats. as that free throw off the back of the rim, no good. And Watkins just checked into the lineup, gets the rebound for the Lady Cats. Gives it up to Gilman. They'll bring it across the timeline on the left side. Looks to the high post. Now goes to Watkins on the wing. Back out to Gilman. Top of the circle. That three off the rim. No good. Crashing the boards, but Anderson County comes out of there with the possession. Shekel with the dribble. Comes across the timeline on the right wing. She'll drive in the lane. Throws up a lefty. No good there. Rebound, and Kuhlman comes out of there with it. We've got a push foul whistled on number 10, Shiley Shekel, as she picks up her first personal and the fourth team foul on Anderson County. We've got a timeout on the floor by the Lady Cats as they lead it 6-2 here in the early going. A 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here on the Dawg. We want to thank you for joining us to bring you Lady Cat basketball in sub-state action from Anderson County. 4 teams matched up in the tournament. The first game tonight was the Baldwin Bulldogs taking on the Osawatomie Chargers, and it came out with the results that we had anticipated. The Bulldogs ranked number 1 in Class 4A Division II all season long. They come into tonight's contest with a 19-1 record, and they made short work of the Trojans with an 84-17 win in the first game. We see several of the Bulldog players still here watching the second game tonight as they'll match up with the winners. The Lady Cats, the number 2 seed in the tournament, and look to go to Championship Saturday at 6 o'clock right here in Garnett. Watkins with the ball on the right wing, goes back to Gilman. Skip pass to Young behind the arch. A three. It's netted home. Kirsten Young's first three-point attempt of the night, and she's got 5 points to lead the Cats to a 9-2 lead over Anderson County here with 2:35 left on the clock in the first quarter. Dribble drive by Fiber, ball loose on the floor. Everybody after it. Pedro goes down the lane, and she's fouled on her way to the hoop. That'll send Adri Pedro to the line to shoot a pair for Anderson County. Number 20, Kirsten Young, whistled for her first personal foul as Pedro sets for the free throws. First one is on the way up and good. First point of the night for the 5'5 senior, and she'll be set for a second free throw attempt. Arch stand on the way. It hits hard off the back of the rim. Holtz chases down the rebound in the corner, but the pass is deflected. Gilman out with it. Lead out pass goes to Sawyer. Across the timeline. Down the lane they go. Back out to Watkins. She'll put up a three. Off the board. No good. Rebound. Loose ball again on the floor. Now Gilman comes up with it. Cats will play it back out. Give it to Debley. But she got pushed. Pedro again with her second personal foul. And with 5 team fouls on Anderson County, the Lady Cats will play it in under their own bucket. Sawyer calls the play out, keys it. They'll go to Gilman on the inbound. It's tipped away. No, we've got a push foul. Again, that's going to be Pedro's third personal foul. She's just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the officials say that you can't get away with that on our watch. 16 fouls now as substitute checking in for Anderson County is number 25, the 5'5 senior Gabby Spring back into the lineup. They'll lead it in low to Debley. Shot is up and in. Off the board for the little banker, and Ashland gets her first bucket of the night. Ashland had 13 points last Friday night against the same Bulldog team. Whistle and a foul stops action. Number 22, Micah Watkins, whistled for her first personal. As the Bulldogs will play it in on the near side. Minute 39 on the clock. Lady Cats leading 11-3 here at Anderson County. Fiber picks up the dribble. Inside shot goes to Smith, and she connects for her first bucket of the night. 11-5, the Lady Cats lead it here. Ball tied up out in the corner. A possession arrow will go to Anderson County. Lady Cats will keep that full court pressure on the inbound play. Depley takes the assignment of the throw-in. They'll bring it to Fiburn. Back on the side to Spring. Look to clear it over the top. Schmidt with the dribble. Comes up to Foltz. She has to pick up that dribble. Kick out to Fiburn. Dribble drive. Off the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. And Shekel comes out of there with it for the Bulldogs. She'll lay it out top. And Depley with the steal. She's going to take it coast to coast. Left-hand dribble, left-hand layup, but it's tipped away out of bounds. Good defensive recovery that time to catch Depley. And as she went up with that left hand, knocked the ball out of bounds, where it'll be Lady Cat basketball to play in under their own bucket. We're inside 1 minute to play here in the first quarter tonight. Inbound goes to Thorpe. A three. Count 3 points for Jarrah Thorpe. Her first bucket of the night. A steal on the inbound, a whistle, and a foul. Lady Cats will get the run they look for in the final minute right now. 17 fouls will send Ashlyn Depley to the line and shoot 1 plus a bonus. Number 10, Shiley Shekel, whistled for her second personal foul. Here with 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, Depley steps up and hits the free throw. She'll be there for a bonus. 43 seconds on the clock here. And the Lady Cats, after hitting a three-point shot from Thorpe, get a steal. Ashlyn goes to the line, hits both free throws. In effect, 5 points in 2 seconds. They hold the 16-5 lead here over Anderson County as we count down the final seconds of this first quarter of play. Libby Spring with the shot and scores her first bucket for 2 points. 16-7 now. Lady Cats up by 11. On the far side, Sawyer behind the three-point line. Couldn't pull the trigger. She'll look inside. Now back around the horn. They'll bring it to Thorpe. Puts it on the floor. Drives the hoop up and in. Went up right over the defender to get that bucket for the Lady Cats. A travel in the backcourt will turn the ball over one more time to the Lady Cats. With 5 seconds left on the clock, Lady Cats plenty of time to get that one more score they look for. Inbound to Thorpe. Up with the shot. It's short. Rebounded away to Anderson County, and the buzzer will sound the end of our first quarter of play here tonight with the Burlington Lady Cats leading 18-7 at the end of our first quarter. We're going to take it back to the station, get a 1 minute timeout for a word from our sponsors of Lady Cat basketball here on the Dog. Bobby?
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with speed clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain Pellet Grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball on the Dog. We're here at Anderson County tonight with sub-state action. The Lady Cats an 18-7 lead. They take the inbound pass, get it into the hands of Kirsten Young. She hits a three-pointer. Depley steals the inbound pass, and her shot won't fall home. We've got a tie-up on the floor. That'll stop action, but it'll be Anderson County coming out of there with the possession arrow. And Coach Tommy Nichols for the Bulldogs, not liking the way they got started off, calls an immediate timeout to talk to his girls that they're not staying focused against this tough Lady Cat defense. 3 inbound steals here in the last 2 minutes of play. A quick 30-second timeout on the floor, and they'll be back out to start the action again as the Lady Cats lead at 21-7 now after Kirsten Young hits her second three-pointer of the night. Kirsten, a milestone game last Friday, scoring 21 points to reach the 1,000-point mark in her career at Burlington High School as a junior. She went on to get 3 more before the night was over to finish with high point honors of 24 points. And here at Substate, looking to move her Lady Cats into the next contest. Across the timeline, they'll put it in the hands of Shekel. Now Spring with a shot. Up it won't go. Fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds, and that'll be Anderson County ball. They'll play it in on the end line here. Look to get it in as Libby Spring keys it for Anderson County. Fiburn covered up, couldn't get the inbound pass. They'll put it back out to Gabby now. Pull back away. Lady Cats man-to-man defense. And trying for the steal, Ashlyn Depley made body contact, and she gets whistled for her first personal foul. That'll be 5 team fouls on the Lady Cats. As substitute checks in, that is Adri Pedro back into the lineup. She's been whistled for 3 personals already here in this first half of play. Inbound, they'll put it in the hands of Fiburn. She'll dribble to the right-hand wing, gives it up to Foltz. Now inside, block shot, and Kirsten Young comes out of there with the loose ball. Lead out pass ahead to Depley, kicked out of bounds by Anderson County, and the Lady Cats will play it in under their bucket. Depley does a great job of leading out on the fast break that time, and Julia Gilman spotted her headed for the hoop. Thorpe checks back into the lineup for the Lady Cats now. She'll key it in underneath her own bucket, looking for the cutter. There's Depley in the paint, picks up the dribble, gives it to Sawyer. Hook shot on the right side, no good. And Thorpe is going to be whistled for the foul as she crashes the board for a rebound. 16 fouls now on the Lady Cats here in the second quarter of play. 6:52 remaining in the half with the Lady Cats leading 21-7. Across the timeline, Pedro ball tipped, but in the hands of Foltz. Almost Fiburn from behind the arch. A 3 away is no good. Rebound down low, turnaround by Spring. She can't get it to fall, and the ball out of bounds for the Lady Cats. One of the Bulldogs got pushed right in the middle of the back to assist her on her way out of bounds, but the official says no foul. That's what the official saw. Thorpe has the ball, goes right that side, but she took an extra step, and the turnover gives the ball up to Anderson County. Checking into the lineup on the far side, number 10, Shiley Shekel, as we have a timeout on the floor with the Lady Cats leading 21-7 here in Substate action. It's a full 1-minute timeout, so we'll go back to the station for a word from our sponsor of Lady Cat Basketball.
A MyTown media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSNP 97.7 Burlington. The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball here on the Dog. Anderson County, after the timeout, comes up court, but Paige Sawyer is whistled for a foul down low in her defensive assignment, her first foul of the night, as number 12, Jenna Shekel, will go to the line to shoot 1+ a bonus. First free throw on the way is up and good. Her third point of the night, the leading scorer for Anderson County. She'll hit the second right there. And the Lady Cats lead it 21-9 here over Anderson County with 6 minutes remaining in our first half of play. Up for the shot. Debley is fouled, and Ashland will go to the line for the Lady Cats. We may see a ton of free throws before this game is done, the way this early action is unfolding. Number 10 with the foul, Shiley Shekel, also picks up her third personal foul. Now 18 fouls on Anderson County. As Ashland steps up, hits that first free throw, and she'll be there at the line for the bonus. 5 points on the night for the junior, and she'll set for a second. Bonus is good also. Nothing but net, and the Lady Cats lead it 23-9. Down court comes Fiburn with the dribble. Turns back out, but throws it into the backcourt. That'll be a turnover to the Lady Cats, and they'll play it in on the far side with 5:52 remaining before the halftime break. Student crowd getting into it on the far side for the Lady Cats. They're supporting them and encouraging them on. As the whistle sounds, we've got another foul. That's number 5 this time for Anderson County. Lexi Fiburn picking up her first personal foul. And to the line is Julia Gilman. Julia's free throw bounds off the rim, no good. Schmidt with the board for Anderson County. They'll play it up across the timeline. Thorpe with that defensive assignment. Left wing looking on the inside. Cut off from the passing lane. Now they'll get it to Spring. Takes one dribble, stops. That's not going to make progress. And the Lady Cats get the steal. Gilman leads it ahead to Thorpe on the near wing. She looks up court, back to Gilman, right side. Lays it in low to Sawyer. Nice into that pass to Debley, but can't finish it off. As Sawyer was covered by 2 defenders, she gives it up cleanly. A reach-in foul is going to be a whistle on number 14, Jara Thorpe, picking up her second personal now. And with 18 fouls, Addie Pedro will go to the line for Anderson County to shoot 1+ a bonus. Sets at the charity stripe here. As Micah Watkins checks in for Burlington. Pedro's first free throw, arch stand on the way. It's short, front of the rim, and Young comes out of it with it. She'll lead the break. Up court, pulls back out to the top. Now finds Watkins on the right wing. Looking to the top, Young with the dribble. Now swings left wing. Skip pass goes to Watkins. She'll give it up to Grace Goulman. Young down the lane. Something happened. Oh, we have an injured player. Looks like Fiburn for Anderson County limping off and holding that left ankle. She is going to try to walk it off there, but she must have stepped on somebody and twisted that ankle over. Substitute in, and it'll be Anderson County ball to play it in the backcourt. Spring with the ball, gives it up to Shekel. Now Pedro, and another block foul with the body. That's Michael Watkins picking up her second personal now. Both teams with 9 team fouls. And at the line is Adri Pedro. She'll be in the 1+ bonus again for Anderson County. Shot on the way. This time it's all net. Gets her second point of the night, and she'll have a second free throw attempt awaiting her. In double figures now, it's a 23-10 margin. Lady Cats lead it here with 4:37 left on the clock. Second free throw is up and good for Pedro, now with 3 points. 23-11, the Lady Cats lead it by a dozen. Up court, they'll come to Young. She'll dribble down the left side. Tries to sneak a pass down the baseline. She'll get the return pass out behind the arch. 3 away is no good. Debley with a good rebound there. And the ball stolen away by Anderson County. Debley doing a good job going to the hoop. Rebound flat for underneath Gilman and Spring. A possession tie-up. Good effort by both players down on the floor to get possession of that missed shot. The possession arrow will go with the Lady Cats, and they'll play it in on the end line. Watkins to key it up for the Lady Cats. Finds Debley, now out to Young, but she traveled with it, caught it awkwardly, and couldn't get the dribble down. That turnover will send it back to Anderson County. They'll play it in front of the scorer's stand with 4:04 remaining on the clock. They trail by a dozen. Spring with the dribble drive. A block foul again. And now in the double bonus, they'll be shooting a pair of free throws. That foul whistled on Julia Gilman, her first of the night for the Lady Cats. And set to the free throw line, number 24, Lily Spring makes the first, and she'll be there for the second. 19 fouls called here in the first half of play, as this group of officials, they got a lot of air in their whistle.
Yeah. Hope both sides brought enough players.
They're doing a good job of moving the players in and out off the bench there, it looks like. As Sloyer checks back into the lineup, she'll play it in for the Lady Cats. To Debley, now finds Gilman, comes across the timeline. Young looks down low, has to pull it back out on the top side. They'll work to Gilman on the right wing. Debley in the paint. Nice pass down to Young. Ball ends up on the floor, and a tie-up. Again, another possession between Spring and Gilman. And the possession arrow goes to Anderson County. They'll play it in the backcourt against full court pressure by the Lady Cats. On the right side, Young with the steal, gives it up to Debley. Up and in. Debley got bumped from the backside that time, but muscled on up to get that bucket to fall. Oh, steal, no, it's out of bounds. Grace Kuhlman came from a long ways and tipped that ball, couldn't get possession. It's out of bounds and will stay with Anderson County. Lady Cats leading it 25-13 here with 3:29 remaining in our first half of play here tonight from Anderson County. Pedro to inbound, finds Fiburn. She'll come to receive the ball. Walked off that little ankle injury, and she's back on the floor. But a high dribble, she turns it over, and that will give it right back to the Lady Cats as number 10, Shiley Shekel, checks back in for Anderson County. Full court pressure again by Anderson County as they've been able to work that against the Lady Cats. They break it, go to Grace Kuhlman from 10 feet, up and in. Grace cool under fire as she gets her first bucket of the night. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Pedro comes to receive the ball. She'll dribble to the right wing. Loose on the floor, but a kick, and it'll stay with Anderson County. That's always a controversial call, whether it's an intended kick or if it just went off their foot. Shekel drives to the baseline. Shot is up, no good. Rebound off of the Lady Cats. It'll be Anderson County to play it in under the bucket as Paige Sawyer went hard to get that loose ball. Looking for the inbound play. Pedro over the top, all the way out into the hands of Lichtai. She'll give it up to Fiburn. Lichtai and Fiburn, you hardly hear that here at Anderson County. Young with the dribble. She's going to take it all the way to the rack and up and in. Kirsten Young goes all the way home for her 10th point of the night and put the Lady Cats up 29-13. Ball loose on the floor. No, it's back into the hands of Spring. Reverse dribble, but she traveled with it, and that turnover comes to the Lady Cats. Burlington on a 6-2 run here, extend that lead to 29-13 with 2:25 on the clock in the first half of play. Right side, Young stops at the free throw line, shot away. It's short off the front of the rim. No good as Spring clears the rebound and puts it back into the hands of Lichtai to bring it up for Anderson County. Look for the high pick. Now they'll go left side. Fiber stops, sets, couldn't pull the trigger on that three. Gives it up down low. Lichtai turnaround shot, blocked away. Gets it to Pedro. Long on the three ball, no good, and Debley boards it for Burlington. She'll release to Gilman. Up court on the right side goes to Sawyer. Down low finds Grace, but she traveled with it first. Wanted to feed that into the lane, Young, but couldn't get the ball in her hands cleanly. And the turnover sends the ball to Anderson County. Pressure in the backcourt. Kuhlman looks to the left-hand side. Trap. Now they'll get it back on the backside to Shekel. 10-second count. They got it across. Fiburn stops. 18 off the board. No good. Rebounded to Young. She'll clear it ahead to Gilman. Lady Cats leading by 16 here as we approach the 1-minute mark. Paige Sawyer, a three ball away off the rim. No good. Rebound Kuhlman. Put back won't fall. Fought for down low, and Lichtai comes out of there with possession for Anderson County. Jalen Griffith checks into the lineup for the Lady Cats at that last stop of play, and she will anchor the low post position. Fiburn with the dribble drive. It's off the board hard. No good, and Griffith with the rebound boards it ahead to Gilman on the right wing. Looks back to Griffith on as she was going for the shot. Come on. There was a lot of elbows and arms in there, but the official gives the signal on top of the ball. He was a little closer than we were. But play on, Lady Cats. They'll play it in under their own bucket here. Paige Sawyer looking to inbound. Lob goes up to Griffith. She'll put it on the floor, and the ball is tied up there. Good defensive assignment and execution by Lichtai. The possession arrow will keep it with the Lady Cats here with 48 seconds remaining in our first half of play. Paige Sawyer to play it in underneath the bucket. Gets it to Young in the deep corner. Three ball away. That shot no good. Now a whistle and a foul on the rebound attempt. Sawyer had good rebounding position, and she got pushed from the backside. And she'll step to the line to shoot two free throws as number 24, Lily Spring, is whistled up for her first personal foul. That's the fourth team foul here, or the 10th team foul with 45 seconds left on the clock in the half. Paige calmly sinks that first free throw and will be at the line for her second attempt. 3 points on the night for Paige. Another free throw is up and off the rim, but we've got a whistle, a lane violation. Somebody stepped in too quickly on the missed shot, and a substitute throw for Paige Sawyer here. Ball in the hands of the shooter. Sawyer eyes this one. It rims in and out. No good. This time, Anderson County, clean recovery. Now the whistle stops play. Not sure what the official stopped that action for. We don't see any debris on the floor, but it is Anderson County ball. We're back at it again. Young going for the steal. It's tipped away out of bounds into the stands in front of the score stand. Anderson County to play it up again. They trail 29-13 as the Lady Cats have been in the lead the entire first half of play here tonight in sub-state action. Shekel with the dribble on the left-hand side. Kicks it out three from long range, no good. Rebound down on the floor, and Griffith comes out of there with it for the Lady Cats. Up court to Gilman on the left wing. Looks for Sawyer coming to the ball. Ball tipped away, but Sawyer chases it down. Now at the top of the key, Kuhlman finds Gilman behind the arch. A three on the way. Hits it and is fouled. What a shot, as Julia Gilman had great body position set for that three-point shot. A Lady Bulldog comes flying at her, and after the foul, hits her on the arm. Number 12, Jenna Smith, couldn't stop her forward motion. And Gilman can't make that one into the four-point play as she misses the free throw. But the Lady Cats come back on defense. Shot at the buzzer is a three-pointer. Was that number 30 with the shot?
Yes.
That was Sammy Walters hitting a three for Anderson County as time expires here at Sub-State action tonight. The Lady Cats leading it 33-16 over Anderson County as we go to the halftime break. We'll go back to the station, take a timeout as we get our stats together. And joining us at the half, we're going to have an interview with Burlington Boys head coach Matt Barrett to join us when we return to Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg.
U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts in Burlington and 97.7 The Dawg invite you for some action on ice as the Topeka Roadrunners battle it out for victory. We're giving away 2 tickets on Tuesdays for hockey at its finest at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Get signed up for your chance to win tickets at U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts, 401 Garrison in Burlington. For home game dates and times, go to Topeka Roadrunners on Facebook.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net. The staff at Diners Cafe, located at 1020 North 2nd Street in Burlington, wants to say thank you to our customers for their patronage. If you haven't been in yet, come give us a try. We believe you'll be pleasantly surprised. We strive to provide you with a total dining experience, great service, wholesome eats, and a comfortable atmosphere. Diners Cafe, we're happy to be a part of Burlington and Coffee County. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. Here at the halftime of the Sub-State Tournament in Garnett, it's the Burlington Lady Cats leading 33-16 over Anderson County at our halftime break. Anderson County having a difficult time getting any offensive continuity together as they struggled to put up only 16 points in that first half. Their high point scorers are Lily Spring and Jenna Smith, each with 4 points. 3 points each from Sammy Walters, who got hers at the last second shot before the end of the half from behind the arch. And Addie Pedro with 3 points, all of hers coming from the charity stripe. The Lady Cat side of the scoring ledger, Kirsten Young leading the way in double figures tonight with 8 points, but a lot of Lady Cats contributing to their number as Ashlyn Debley in the books with 8 points, strength of 4 of 4 free throws for Ashlyn. 5 points tonight from Jarrah Thorpe, 3 each from Julia Gilman and Paige Sawyer, and a 2 spot from Camry Wagner and Grace Kuhlman, each total at 33 points for the Lady Cats as they lead it 33-16 at our halftime break. We're glad you could join us here tonight. Only a single game. The ladies playing on Thursday night. The first game tonight in the other contest was a blowout by Baldwin as they got the victory 84-17 over Osawatomie. And they will move into the 6 o'clock championship game on Saturday. Lady Cats with a victory here will match up with the Baldwin Bulldogs, and we'll bring it to you on Saturday night. We'll be right back here at Anderson County again tomorrow when it's the boys' turn. And joining us here at the halftime, head coach of the Burlington Wildcats, Matt Barrett. And one more game, you just take it one at a time when you get to this time of the season, Matt. A team that you matched up in that early December team, you'll take on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Yep, that's where we're at right now, one game at a time. And, this is 14 sub-state. It seems pretty, equal. Not all the records are equal, but I guarantee you that on any given night, any one of these teams could beat the other. So all 4 teams know that, and we're going to have to come out and be ready to go and be ready to play. What we've done up to this point, hopefully, is we played a lot of tight ball games and had a lot of learning experiences, but now you can kind of throw all that out the window, and everybody's got an 0-0 record, and we got Baldwin earlier in the season by 8, and but I know lately they've been playing some of the best basketball they've played all season. I've watched them on tape and stuff here lately, and they're doing a lot of things better than they were earlier in the year, but yeah, I think we are too. So
that's right. I think the team is maturing as the season goes along. Hit a little rough spell there, but winning the last 2 contests to finish off the Pioneer League season last Friday night and be ready for sub-state action here. Again, facing off Baldwin tomorrow night. The championship game will be Saturday. That will be between the winner of your game and the winner of Anderson County and Osawatomie. Those 2 teams also Pioneer League foes that you've seen during the season, and you know how dangerous either of those can be also.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot. Yeah, I just told my guys in the huddle today, I said, you know what? We're 6-0 against the teams in our sub-state this year, and I said, you know what that means? And I've got a pretty high IQ group, and their response was nothing. We know we have to come and play. Like I said, what we've done up to this point, it doesn't mean anything if we don't go take care of business tomorrow night.
That's right. If that group could just come out solid from the very start, not dig a hole. That seemed to be when the team struggled. They got behind early and just couldn't get up over that hump. But these last few games, they played complete games all the way out. Something that you and I had talked about just a little bit, a game that we had never seen before against Osawatomie when you came out in that second half. Played the finest defense that you put together all season long, and Osawatomie just did not have an answer.
I've been doing it a long time, Jim. As young as I am, I've been doing this pretty long time. And that second half against Osawatomie is about as good a half of basketball as any team I've ever been around has played. And 40-2 second half, and we kind of figured them out. And one thing I don't like is, unfortunately, when we're hitting shots, our energy level in every other phase of the game really goes up. And I hate that we can't play like that sometimes when we're missing shots. It kind of affects the other way, the other aspects of the game. But, man, it sure helps early in the game or early in the half to see a couple shots go down, get confidence going, and how kids are. We take pride in our defense, and we've really hit our stride offensively, I think, here right now. I think we're playing really well offensively at this point. I still think defensively we've got a lot of weaknesses in a lot of areas that we better hurry up and get better at if we want to continue on throughout this postseason.
One of your players that we've followed all season long, watched him develop, and he has gained confidence through the entire season, is Big Mitch. First game of the season, which goes, he's taking up a lot of space, but he's not putting much energy into it. But each game we see more energy coming out of him, and he inspires some of the other players on your team.
Mitch is really really improved throughout this season. And early on, he was struggling, and you know, he wanted more minutes, and you know, we had a lot of talks, and you know, he just kept telling him, keep plugging, and he did. He kept plugging away, and he earned more minutes here and there, and really became a factor for us. Unfortunately, we found out he has a concussion and isn't going to be able to play during sub-state.
Oh, so, he won't be able to.
We're going to be down a man, and it's too bad because he's, like you said, Jim, he's really come on here and been a factor. And when you have somebody that's 6'11", pushing 7 foot tall, you know, obviously at any level, you can't coach 7 foot. You know, you're either 7 foot or you're not. But to Mitch's credit, God, he's worked hard this season and really became a big factor for us. And it's too bad for him being a senior that he got that concussion. So,
well, he will be there with you to encourage the teammates along. I know the entire team, the biggest part of the team is dressed in a wardrobe of, I'm not exactly sure how to describe that. We won't describe it, I guess.
I just hope there's something under those robes. I don't want to know if there's not.
They didn't invite you to participate?
They did. I don't own a robe.
Oh, it's a good thing you didn't participate then. It looks like both teams are ready to get back out on the floor here. Your team, good practice tonight, getting ready.
Yeah.
Fine-tuning things for tomorrow.
We had a good week. It was loose. We weren't tight. We're ready to go, I think, you know. Right now, you're exactly right. It's just a matter of fine-tuning a few things and, you know, coming out. And like you said, quick starts are vital for us. We want to get after somebody right off the tip and not wait around to put somebody away. So,
well, we'll be ready for that tip-off at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll be bringing it to them right here on the Dawg. Thank you, Matt, for coming over and letting us know how the Wildcats are tuned up and ready to go for sub-state action. One more game, 2 more games, as many games as you can get to finish this season off.
And thank you, Jim. And I've said this our last few banquets that people home don't realize. They think you're just sitting here watching the game and calling it as you see it, but you're taking every stat and writing every single thing that's happening down and calling everything and doing. There's a lot more to just what you're doing than people realize, and I know we appreciate it, and everybody back home appreciates being able to be a part of the game, even though they're not here. You do a great job, and we're glad you're part of our Wildcat family, Jim. Thank you.
Well, it's pretty easy for me to sit here. The folks at home can't see what we're doing. That's for sure.
They don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but hey.
Trust me. I've got a face made for radio here. And an old joke that never dies with us radio people.
Yeah.
The Lady Cats, Kirsten Young with the score. A missed shot, and the Lady Cats get the ball back as they lead it 36-18 here over Anderson County. Matt, thank you for being with us tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Jim.
There is Matt Barrett, our head coach of the Burlington Wildcats, as he gets his team ready for tomorrow night's action against the Baldwin Bulldogs. Anderson County with a dribble drive to the hoop, up and in for Jenna Smith. Gets her 6th point of the night. A 16-point lead for the Lady Cats, 20-36 here with 6:05 on the clock. Gilman trapped on the far corner, gets the ball out on top to Sawyer. Now back to Debley on the top side. Young looks at it from the top of the circle. Sets the offense, goes to the high post, looking for a cutter down the middle. Get it there, and Gilman comes out to receive the ball. Lady Cats standing around until Debley goes down the lane, up and in for the shot. And the Lady Cats push that lead back up to a 18-point margin, 38-20 here on the scoreboard at Anderson County. Bolt's skip pass goes out to Fiburn from behind the arc. 3-ball for Lexi Fiburn, her first bucket of the night. Across the timeline, here comes Gilman. She'll take it all the way to the paint. Blocked shot back into the hands of Gilman. She falls out of bounds, and that will be Anderson County ball on the inline. Good defense that time by Foltz, waiting for Gilman to place that ball out there for her shot before she made the block. Skip pass goes back to Pedro on the right wing. Now finds Fiburn, comes across the timeline to Shekel. Gets the dribble down on the left wing. And a steal by Sawyer, but we've got a whistle and a foul. The official behind her when he called the foul, it would have appeared. 4:55 remaining on the clock here, as that is whistled against Paige Sawyer, her second personal foul of the night. 4:55 on the clock. The Lady Cats lead it by 15. Pedro from the inbound play goes to Smith on the right side, step back. Her shot is short, and Debley rebounds away for the Lady Cats. Of course, they'll come to Thorpe on the right wing. Looks over the crowd, skips it to Young. Back to Sawyer, top of the circle. They'll find Thorpe. She'll dribble drive down the baseline. Picks up the dribble, goes to Young. Got pushed, no foul. Sawyer with the loose ball. Can't get control. Ball is out of bounds off of the Lady Cats, and it'll be Anderson County basketball on the far side. Directly in front of the Burlington student section. Yeah, they gave their opinion on what transpired. They've all got a big smile on their face as they love watching the Lady Cats. Down to Foltz, her shot away is up and good. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line. Callie Foltz gets her first bucket of the night, and Paige Sawyer whistles up for her third personal foul. 2 team fouls on the Lady Cats here in the second half as Julia Gilman returns to the lineup now for Burlington. Foltz at the charity stripe for her first free throw attempt. Got her first bucket with that shot, but that free throw won't fall. Long rebound away. Loose on the floor, and Anderson County comes out of there with it. Fiber banks home a shot for 2. Little run here by the Bulldogs as they narrow that lead 38-27. And a turnover gives the ball right back to Anderson County. A 7-0 run here by the Bulldogs with 4:03 remaining on the clock in the third quarter. They'll bring it in and dribble up left side. Gilman with the steal. Loose on the floor, now a tie-up. As Gilman trying to come out with that loose ball. The possession arrow to Anderson, or to the Lady Cats, and they'll play it in the backcourt against full court pressure by Anderson County. Over the top, they go to Gilman, brings it back to Thorpe on the near side. She'll set the offense at the top of the circle and finds Wagner. Gilman, right wing, back to Wagner, looks inside. Now Young behind the arch, her three, nothing but net. 4 3-pointers on the night for Kirsten as she has 16 points to lead the Lady Cats. It's back to a 41-27 lead. Shot away, no good. Thorpe with the board. And the Lady Cats will bring it up. Young behind the arch one more time. Hard off the rim, goes over the backboard. And that'll be Anderson County ball. Substitute coming in, Lily Spring for Anderson County. Also, Gabby Spring. Here comes Grace Kuhlman in for the Lady Cats. Clock stopped with 3:22 on the marker. A 41-27 lead for Burlington. They'll inbound in the backcourt to Pedro. She'll give it up to Spring. Pass over the top to Lily Spring. They'll work right wing. Foltz drives the baseline. Kicks out on the top side to Pedro. Sets for a three. It's short. And Camry Wagner is there for the board for the Lady Cats. She'll release it to the short, but the ball dribbled off her foot. Now stolen away. Lots of action down low before a whistle and a foul. Anderson County number 3, Addie Pedro, picks up her 4th personal foul there in the backcourt. Here with 2:58 on the clock. Pedro will come to the bench as her substitute coming in is number 20, Autumn Eward, with her first time on the floor this evening for Anderson County. They take off the full court pressure as Gilman brings it across for Burlington. Looks to the right wing, gives it up to Young at the top of the circle. Inlet goes to Kuhlman down low. She'll have to kick it back out on the top again. But a steal there by Schmidt. Left-hand dribble. Young cuts her off. Picks up the dribble, and now a push foul. That's going to be Grace Kuhlman. She'll pick up her first personal foul. Young did a good job getting back on the defensive side, not giving up the breakaway layup. Anderson County to play it in underneath their own bucket. Spring, inbounds to Spring. Step back three, shot away, no good there. Coleman rebounds, but she is fouled. Good positioning by Grace Coleman to get that rebound, and the foul on Anderson County whistled against number 44, Callie Foltz, picking up her second personal. Across the timeline, Gilman sets the offense. Wagner comes up to the high post, gives it to Young. Behind the arc, she's short, off the mark. Jarrah Thorpe comes in for possession, and she gets fouled. That's going to be a second quick personal on number 44, Callie Foltz, as she picks up her third. And the Lady Cats will play it in underneath their own bucket. Thorpe to key it in with 2:16 remaining on the clock. Score still 41-27. The Lady Cats leading by 14. Cameron Wagner goes to the bench as Depley checks back in for Burlington. She'll drive the baseline up and in. She puts her head down and goes to the rack. Nobody gets in Ashland's way, and she's got an even dozen now for the Lady Cats. On the defensive side, we're going to have a block foul called on Thorpe as they try to double-team trap on the far sideline, and Thorpe is whistled for her third. 14 fouls on the Lady Cats. Clock stopped with 2:01 as Michael Watkins checks in for Burlington. Spring to inbound, and Young tips the ball away into the hands of Lichtai for Anderson County. Spring picks up the dribble, goes inside, sets, 18-footer up and down. That is Gabby Spring with her second bucket of the night for 4 points. Gilman clears it on the high post to Depley. Looks for the cutter down low. Gilman cutting from the wing, up from 12, and it's good. Julia Gilman now 5 points for the Lady Cats, and it's a 45-29 lead, but a steal. Young leads out ahead to Gilman, up and in. That's the teammates working together. Off of the steal, the Lady Cats convert, and we've got a timeout on the floor. A quick 30-second timeout by Anderson County as the Lady Cats lead it 47-29 here with a minute 20 remaining in our third quarter of play. Want to send a shout out to the Burlington Wildcat Wrestling Squad that participated in the 4A wrestling tournament out in Salina last weekend. 7 wrestlers competing in state competition. Brett Bober finishing in second place in the 160-pound class. Cale Johnson, a third-place finish in the 145, and a fourth-place finish for junior Evan Toddy in the 120 class. All 3 of those underclassmen a chance to return to state action next year. The other 4 teammates that made up the team who finished in 8th place in the team standings were Tyson Brashears, T.T. Toddy, Ethan Toddy, and T.J. Lang for the Wildcat Wrestling Squad. Congratulations to all of their hard work paying off with a trip to the state wrestling tournament. And we are glad to know that these young men are working their best for their teammates. We've got a whistle and a foul as the Lady Cats playing hard off the inbound. Ashlyn Depley goes down low under the paint and gets fouled on her shot attempt, and she'll be standing at the line to shoot 2 free throws for Burlington. That foul whistled on number 32, Emma Porter, picking up her first personal. Depley, another free throw in the list, as she's now 5 for 5 on the night from that charity stripe. She'll set for her second attempt. On the way, up and short off the front of the rim, no good. Anderson County with the rebound. 48-29, Lady Cats back to a 19-point margin now. A whistle and a foul stops play here with 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Number 3 with the foul is Julia Gilman, her second personal, and 15 foul on the Lady Cats. Dribble drive, kicks out to Lichtide. Now back to Shekel. Picks off the dribble, finds Lily Spring. Looking at the top of the circle. Ball tipped loose into the hands of Spring. Back out to Shekel. They'll spin it left wing. Gabby Spring backs out on the dribble. They'll start the offense all over again. Dribble drive to the hoop. Off the rim, no good on the rebound, but it's off of Watkins, out of bounds. And that will be Anderson County ball under their own bucket. Shekel to play it in for the Bulldogs. Looks for the cutter. They lob high over the top to Gabby Spring. She'll clear it. There's Shekel from behind the arc. A three-pointer for Shiley Shekel, her 5th point of the night. Gilman up court, comes to Watkins. Now to Young behind the arc. Her 3 away at the buzzer. That's off the rim. And we've put 3 in the books here. The Lady Cats leading it 48-32. As we go back to the station, a 1-minute timeout for our sponsors of Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop in at Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. And this week, Best Choice granulated sugar, 4-pound bag, $1.59. And fresh strawberries, 1 pound, $1.69. And frozen chicken thighs or drumsticks, 79 cents a pound. And Folgers Country Roast Coffee, $4.99. And Blue Bunny Ice Cream, $5.99. And Best Choice Whipped Topping, 99 cents. Hoover's Thriftway, sale ends March 6th.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. Here tonight, we're on the road to Anderson County in sub-state action, Class 4A Division II, hosted at Anderson County. Lady Cats have been in control the entire contest. A 48-32 lead. Anderson County plays it in, goes down low, and gets the first bucket of the night for Emma Porter. Cats bring it across the timeline. Work to Sawyer at the top of the circle. They'll find Debley. Debley, a great night tonight, as she's got 13 points for the Lady Cats. And the ball stolen away by Anderson County, but Debley steals it going the other way. Here we come up court with Young on the far wing. She looks inside. Now clears it to Gilman. Back over the top of the circle. They'll set the offense. Debley at the high post. Dribbles down in the lane. Finds Camry in the paint. Couldn't get rid of it. And the ball is tipped away. Now we've got a possession tie-up here as Paige Sawyer reaching in along with Gabby Spring. Possession to the Lady Cats, and they'll play it underneath their own bucket. 48-34, the Lady Cats leading by 14. Sawyer, try the old play it off the backside of your defender when they're not looking. Ball went to the floor. Sawyer tried to pick it up, and she's whistled for the foul. Heads up move there. You see that once about twice a season, maybe at the most. It didn't bring out the result we were looking for. Maddie Stewart was probably the best one we ever saw do that. Lady Cats with a steal. Lead out to Young. Up with the left hand. She's fouled on the way to the hoop. And Kirsten Young will go to the line for Burlington. Kirsten with 16 points leads the Lady Cats. Lexi Fiber picking up her second personal foul. And Young will be at the stripe. First free throw on the way is up and good. Her first free throw attempt of the night. It's good, and she'll be there for a second. On the way, that free throw also finds the mark. And the Lady Cats push that lead to a 34 total here with 6 minutes to go in tonight's contest. Shekel with the dribble gives it up to Pedro behind the 3 yards. In and out, no good, but therefore a rebound put from the back that won't fall. Spring with the putback. Now another shot on the way. Whistle and a foul. That is Julia Gilman picking up her 3rd personal. Deflected the shot away, but caught an arm, and we'll have a free throw shooter going to the line. Number 10, Shiley Shekel for Anderson County. Shekel's first free throw is on the way, off the back of the rim. Too hard. Rebounds away to Shekel. She'll give it to the official. Everybody's set again as she'll be ready for her 2nd free throw attempt. Up, and that one is home free. Shekel with 6 points on the night for Anderson County. Inbound, Thorpe with the ball across the timeline for Burlington. She looks on the inside for the line of pass. It's not there. Now high post is Debley. Young comes out off the high pick. Step back, gives it to Gilman. Couldn't pull the trigger on the three-pointer. Gets it back. There it is. Won't go home. And a rebound away to Pedro. She'll bring it up court. Skip pass right wing to Spring. And she'll put it on the floor. Pedro a 3 off the board long, no good. And Kirsten rebounds for the Lady Cats. Lead out ahead to Thorpe. She drives a hoop, and a player control foul as Pedro defensive positioning got in front of Thorpe, and Jarrah is whistled for her 4th personal. That'll be the 7th team foul on the Lady Cats here with 5:43 to go in the 4th quarter. Fiburn brings the ball up quickly on the right side, stops, kicks back out to Lichtai. Pedro feeds it inside. Nothing there. They'll drive it back out on the top of the circle, set the offense on the left wing. Pedro, a 3-point shot away, is no good. Thorpe with the rebound is tipped out of bounds. That'll stay with the Lady Cats. Michael Watkins checks in for Burlington. As Thorpe comes to the bench, here comes Grace Kuhlman in, and Ashlyn Debley will get a break. Lady Cats leading 50-35 here over Anderson County with 5:20 remaining in our one game of the night. Official going to the score stand to get clarification. Now we're back underway with the Lady Cats ball across the timeline. Gilman sets the offense for Burlington. There's Watkins, feeds it to Young behind the arch. Couldn't get off the 3. Now finds Watkins back at the top of the circle. Near side, Gilman. She's set. 3. Yes, it is. Julia Gilman. Good body positioning that time as she received that pass. She's up and in double figures with 10 points. Drive to the lane, but Camry Wagner blocks that shot away, gets possession of the ball, and ahead to Watkins. She'll bring it across the timeline, set the offense for Burlington with an 18-point margin. Skip pass goes to Gilman on the far side. She'll dribble to the top of the circle. Now set the offense again to Kuhlman. Young behind the arch, her 3 up, off the rim, no good. Gilman down there fighting for the rebound. Ball loose on the floor. Now a tie-up, and the possession arrow will go to Anderson County. Gilman fighting hard for rebounding position, went to the floor with that ball and hanging on as tight as she could before she got tied up in the backcourt. Anderson County on the right side to Lexi Fiburn. Clears it. Near side, Smith picks up the dribble. Goes to Foltz down in the low paint. They'll pull it back out, and a bad pass. Turnover. Ball on the floor. Quickly calling a possession tie-up there. These officials are officiating the way they officiate. 4:05 on the clock with the Lady Cats leading 53-35. In the backcourt, Debley clears it to Gilman now. They'll go to Young on the far side. Lady Cats can run some offense here in the final 4 minutes of play. Kuhlman in the lane. Shot is off the back of the rim. No good. And rebounded to Smith for the Bulldogs. She'll bring it across the timeline. Comes left wing in the hands of Shekel. She'll put it on the floor with the left-handed dribble. Gives it up to Fiber. Ball tipped away. It's off of Anderson County. By the way, we saw it, but that guy down on the floor saw it a little differently. He has the whistle. He's got that whistle. I don't think I want to give up my microphone to him, though. Ball stolen now back in the hands of Foltz for Anderson County. She'll find Shekel driving the baseline down low. And Kirsten Young right in the line of that pass. Lead out ahead to Gilman. Up and in. Nice job collecting herself. Julia Gilman got that ball in control to go up for the hoop. Pressure across the timeline and a timeout by Anderson County as the Wildcats lead it by 20. A 55-30 margin here as we've got a 1-minute timeout on the floor. We are back to the broadcast booth for sponsor ad. Go for it, Bobby.
Napa know-how.
If you're looking for a great start to the new year, then Napa Auto Parts is just what you need. A dependable Napa Legend Premium battery with an 84-month warranty. The Napa Legend Premium will deliver great starts for the next several years. Plus, purchase one during January. You'll get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail, a new battery, and $20 back. Now that's a great start to the new year. Go NapaMocan.com or Napa Mocan on Facebook for more great offers.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. Rick and I were just talking at the break that what a big old sugary piece of Diners Cafe cake going hit the spot after the game. Maybe tomorrow night on the way over while we're chowing down on a little Diner Cafe sandwich. I said little sandwich, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's not right.
They don't make little sandwiches.
I don't think they can. I think they got one size, and it's our size.
Pretty much.
Takes care of us, indeed. We want to thank those folks from Diners Cafe for sponsoring the basketball games and the basketball game broadcasters here as they treat us right the same way they'll treat you right at Diners Cafe. Stop and see the fine folks there, and they will take care of you with all your dining needs. Position tie-up underneath the bucket, and with the arrow pointing to Anderson County, they will play it in under their own bucket. 3 minutes remain on the clock. The Lady Cats with a 20-point margin here in sub-state action. They'll get a chance to move on to championship Saturday night, where they'll take on the Baldwin Bulldogs. So on the break, here comes Thorpe up and in. Kirsten Young came off the rebound, looked ahead, and Jarrah Thorpe racing to the hoop, put it in hand, finishes off at the rim. Stripped. Watkins ahead to Thorpe. Another one, up and in. Jarrah Thorpe finishing off those 2 assists given out ahead to her, and the Lady Cats burst out to a 59-35 margin here. Pyburn with the ball at the top of the circle, looks for the offense to start on the right wing, picks up that dribble. Double team now. Lady Cats playing defense out to the very end tonight, not slacking off a bit. Foltz drives the baseline, block shot from the backside, but that's going to be a whistle and a foul on Ashlyn Debley, her 3rd of the night. And it sends Lexi Pyburn to the line, where she'll shoot a pair for Anderson County. Is that Pyburn or Foltz to... Are we doing the contact lens search there?
Kind of looks like it.
Looks like maybe that was Callie Foltz that was driving the baseline. Well, she'll be at a disadvantage eyeing in that free throw if she's only got one lens. They didn't find anything on the floor. Her free throw off the front of the rim, no good, but she'll set for a second attempt on the way. As substitutes check back in, Camry Wagner and Paige Sawyer for the Lady Cats. Okay, we found something on the floor over there, about 15 feet away from where the incident occurred. So we've got a little time. Go ahead, clean it off. Let's see how we take care of that. She says, "No, I'll just trash that one. There's another one to take its place." Folks, to step to the free throw stripe with 2:01 left to play in the contest. That free throw finds a home. Number 44, Callie Foltz with the free throw. She'll be substituted out now by head coach Nichols. And the Lady Cats will play it in the backcourt. Thorpe with the ball, looks ahead, and finds Camry Wagner. Now back to Thorpe on the left side. She'll pick up the dribble. Sawyer at the top of the circle sets the offense to the high post. Camry looks left wing. Thorpe thought about the three. Now she'll dribble drive in the hoop, but she's fouled on the way down the lane. And Jarrah will go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. That foul whistled on number 10, Shiley Shekel, the 5'8 senior for Anderson County, her fourth, as Jarrah steps up and calmly hits that free throw. Now in double figures with 10 points on the night, and she'll be there for a second attempt. Minute 44 on the clock. That free throw won't go. Debley rebounds, and the putback is good. Ashlyn Debley fighting for every board tonight as she gets the bucket to add to the Lady Cats lead, a 62-36 mark. Turnover on Anderson County, and that'll give the ball back to the Lady Cats. And substitutes checking in for Burlington. Number 2, Zoe Caldwell. Number 31, Grace Hess. On the side is number 34, Jalen Griffith. And Watkins, Micah Watkins for the Lady Cats. Inbound, tipped, loose ball. Hess comes out of there with it for the Lady Cats. Ahead to Griffith, lays the ball down. Shot away is no good. And here comes Anderson County. Up court, right side. Pedro is going to skip past to Fiber. In the lane, her shot off the mark. No good. And Caldwell boards up for the Lady Cats. She'll dribble out to the midcourt stripe. Gives it off to Hess. And a steal. Pedro coming down the right side. Dribble drive to the hoop. The shot up. She's fouled on the way. That'll stop the clock with 57 seconds remaining. As Grace Hess whistled for the foul on the Lady Cats. Adri Pedro, 3 points on the night, sets at the free throw line and gets one more as she'll be set for 2 free throws here at the charity stripe. High arching shot, nothing but net, sweeps it away. She hits 5 for 7 from the stripe for all 5 of her points tonight. A steal by Shekel. She's going to go to the lane. Shot away, no good. And Griffith pours it for Burlington. She's fouled on the rebound. And we'll head to the other end for 1+ bonus free throws now.
The MyTown Media Station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSMP 97.7 Burlington. The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg.
Yeah. Check out at the charity stripe. Her first opportunity there tonight as she'll be shooting 1+ a bonus. Free throw is on the way. Hard off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded away to Anderson County. And they'll bring it up. Gabby Spring with the ball on the right side. They'll put it in the hands of Pedro behind the three-point arch. Her shot away, no good. Rebound by Spring. It's up and in. for Gabby Spring. 6 points for this senior. Across the timeline to Hess on the left wing. 20 seconds remain. She traveled with it, couldn't get the pass off, and the turnover will send it back to Anderson County on the far side. They'll play it in front of the Burlington bench. 2-5 Burnett at the top of the circle. Across the timeline, they'll work left wing. 3-point shot away is no good. Griffith with the rebound, got it stolen away, and on the putback shot, Gabby Spring gets fouled, and she'll go to the charity stripe for Anderson County. Griffith had the rebound, but got muscled up, and Spring will set at the stripe. One free throw on the way is up and good. She'll be there for a second. Must be bath time. I see the boys in the shower rags are headed out the house. Second free throw is up and good. 62-42. Lady Cats with the lead. Turnover. No, it's stripped away and out of bounds. It'll be Lady Cats basketball to play in at the midcourt stripe here. They'll find Hess. Stops from three. Her shot away. Oh, on the way. It's no good. The buzzer sounds, and that's the old ball game with a 62-42 win for the Burlington Lady Cats here tonight at Sub-State action in Anderson County. That'll move the Lady Cats into Championship Saturday, a 6 o'clock meeting with the Baldwin Bulldogs. We're going to bring it to you Saturday night. Tune in right here at 97.7 The Dawg. We're going to get our stats together from tonight's action. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back with the wrap from the Lady Cats. Bobby, give us 2.
He dribbles left. He dribbles right. He shoots and scores. You don't need to dribble all over town or hit the road to find the right parts for your cars when you stop and shop at Burlington Auto Supply. We sell name brand quality parts you can count on. AC Delco spark plugs, Gates belts and hoses, and Wix filters are just a few of the manufacturers we use to keep your equipment in great performing condition. We're back in the Cats all season long here at Burlington Auto, your bumper-to-bumper parts store. Wow.
When it comes to the health of you and your family, choosing the right pharmacist is just as important as choosing the right doctor. Find a pharmacist that's right for you at your local Medicine Shop pharmacy. More than a healthcare advisor, they take the time to get to know you and to personally answer all your healthcare questions and concerns. Make the right choice. Choose a Medicine Shop pharmacist. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Burlington, Kansas. Caring beyond prescriptions.
Ready to go?
Almost. You just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. It's a win for the Lady Cats tonight, 62-42 over the Anderson County Lady Bulldogs here at Sub-State, hosted at Garnett. Lady Cats got out to a big lead early. It was a 9-2 margin with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and at the first quarter break, an 18-7 lead for the Lady Cats. They had doubled the score, 33-16 at the halftime break, and maintained a 20-point margin throughout the rest of the contest, finishing exactly on the 20-point win. Leading scorers for Anderson County with 8 points, Gabby Spring. led the way. 2 players with 6 points were Jenna Smith and Shiley Shekel. 5 points in the books for Lexi Fibern and Adri Pedro. Pedro, all of those coming from the charity stripe, as she was 5 for 7 on the night for the senior. 4 points in the books for Lily Spring. 3 each from Callie Foltz and Sammy Walters. Walters hitting a 3-pointer at the halftime buzzer. And finishing up the mark, Emma Porter with 2 points in the fourth quarter, round out the scoring for Anderson County. On the Lady Cat side of the ledger, 4 ladies in double figures tonight for Burlington, as Camry Wagner and Grace Kuhlman each had 2 points, 3 points from Paige Sawyer. Then the numbers add up quickly as Jarrah Thorpe, 10 points on the night, 5 in the first quarter, 5 in the fourth quarter for Jarrah. An even dozen for Julia Gilman as she hits a pair of 3-pointers on her way to a dozen points. 15 points for Ashlyn Debley, near perfect from the charity stripe as she hits 5 of 6 on the night on her way to a 15-point performance. And Kirsten Young held under her season average of 22. She didn't need 22 tonight. 18 was enough to help the Lady Cats secure that 62-42 victory tonight on the road. So we're going to wrap things up, get a chance to head that Dogmobile back to Burlington, and it'll be ready for a return trip tomorrow night where the Burlington Wildcats take on the Baldwin Bulldogs in the first game of the night. A 6 o'clock tip for the men's side. The second game of the tournament will be Anderson County and Osawatomie, a 7:30 tip-off. And those 2 winners will move into Championship Saturday, the men's game at 7:30 right here from Anderson County. We'll be doing the Lady Cats at 6 and the Wildcat game at 7:30 on Saturday. If you can't make the trip over to Garnett, you know you can find us right here on the Dog. Do it on the radio dial or on your computer feed, as there's a YouTube channel that brings you all the Lady Cat and Wildcat basketball games. No matter where you're at, you can stay in touch with Burlington Lady Cats and Wildcats. The crowd is heading out. A few parents waiting to talk to their players here after the contest. This wraps up the season for the Anderson County players. These ladies will be back here to support their young men tomorrow night as it gets to tournament time. We're going to be here at 6, so tune in. Richard Mahoney and Rick Smith alongside with me tonight to help bring on the broadcast for you all. They'll be back with us tomorrow night when we bring you Wildcat basketball on the Dog. Bobby, send it back to the programming, and we are headed home.
Thanks for listening to the Burlington Wildcats. The Wildcats are being brought to you this season in part by
Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, Burlington Auto Parts, Caldwell's Auto Parts, Central National Bank, Diners Cafe, First National Bank, Hoover's Thriftway, Crossland Construction, Jeff's Towing, Life Care Center, Prescription Center, Rick Smith DVS, The Appliance Store, The Medicine Shop, Trust Point Insurance, and U.S. Cellular.